Welcome to Truths, Proofs, and Firewater Reviews. I'm Lindsey and this is John, risking his liver to discover new whiskeys. We base our reviews on a 25-point scale, 5 points on the nose, 10 on the palate, 5 on the finish, and 5 points combined for the bottle and color of the juice. Now on to the review. John's done grooming.
I feel very beardacious today. Look how fluffy it is. Doesn't it look fluffy?
It does look fluffy. It's true.
Well, hi Lindsey. How are you now?
Oh. You're supposed to do it the same time I do it, but okay. Sorry, we were watching Letterkenny. No copyright infringement, but it's our favorite show. So, John hasn't done a blind review in a really long time.
You say that every time.
But it's true.
But I've been posting like one a week.
Yeah, well, those are old. He makes me do them. So, John's doing one this week. Well, let's devil into it.
I sure will. So right away I get strong apple and berries. Raspberries and blackberries.
Say we're going to elaborate on the berries. There's lots of berries.
It's those certain ones like raspberry, blackberry, black raspberries. That sweet, strong tasting. I don't know how to describe those berries, but they're not like strawberries. It's not blueberries. It's raspberries and blackberries. I also get peaches. Peaches is strong. I don't think I've ever had peaches in a smell, but I am enjoying that.
Ooh, yeah.
Apple hits you first, but once you dig in there, you get those berries and those peaches.
I get like brown sugary too.
I don't get that. I get butterscotch.
Yeah.
Barely any alcohol at all. A very slight spice. A little grape too. And a little floral tingles the nose. No alcohol. It's very fruit punch-esque to me.
Okay.
I mean, how do you just get berries and apples and peach and grape all in the nose? That's just a lot of fruit.
Fruit punch. Got it. What do you give it?
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. You know, I love fruity. I love sweetie. Sweetie. I love sweet. Having trouble talking.
It's not even that
so yeah,
high.
4.5. That's pretty good. So palate. Get a little bite in the back. It's peppery. It's a little oaky. A little mango and peach are like the main fruits that come through. I don't get the berries on it as much. A little bit. Oh, that rye kind of changes that peach to a mango. That little rye bite kind of makes it like piney. So that's why I feel like it's mango.
Mango has that same.
Yeah, I love mango, so I'm actually really liking this. It's lower proof than I want it to be. I don't really get much alcohol on that at all. I could down this right now.
85 out of 10?
8.5 out of 10.
Oh. I thought you really, really, really liked it.
But yeah, fruity, oaky, peppery, mango and peach. 8.5.
So fruit comes through.
Yeah, a lot of fruit.
Not very often. I mean, sometimes apple and stuff, and occasionally berry, but not very often does something like a peach come through. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
All right, so the finish is peppery on the sides of the tongue, so you get tingly right along the edge, and in the back of the tongue and the back of the throat.
Rye.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would say back here would be the rye,
it's
but
rye,
the sides of your tongue,
it's peppery too.
Maybe just peppery.
That rye, you get that rye aftertaste, but the pepperiness doesn't feel like rye taste. It's probably from the rye grain, but it's got a medium finish, great mouthfeel. It feels thick. Charred oak and rye dominate the finish. I mean, those are the two tastes that I feel after the fruit dissipates, which I actually get fruit on the finish too. But
You just breathed on me and it smelled like you just ate peaches.
I love this.
That is insane to me. Because I smelled apples, but now like it's wafting and I smell
apples
peaches.
is very strong on the nose, but peaches is strong on the palate. And
very interesting.
The legs are.
Did you say? I'm sorry. Did you say what you gave it?
I gave it a 4.
Okay, 4 out of 5 for finish.
A longer finish would make it better, which I think more proof. It feels around 90 proof to me.
Okay.
Yeah, just longer, and I think it'd be perfect. So it looks very nice.
Look, every time you do this, you start sloshing.
That's what we're on. We're on the look.
You need to calm
down.
Look
at those legs.
It
sticks to the glass. It sticks to the glass.
Pete. Y'all can see those on the camera. Dang.
I did not rate the look yet because I want to see it in the bottle. It looks like a reddish tint, like a, what did I have? Red oak.
Yeah. It's very dark copper-esque.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
You know what red oak looks like, right? That's kind of what it reminds me of.
This one has another interesting story. I think this is one of the most baseline bourbons we've ever found. I'm upset that we didn't try it sooner. You can find it dang near everywhere. I've seen it Meijer, most of our local liquor stores. There hasn't been a place I haven't been able to find it.
So I guessed Buffalo Trace store pick because we have a couple that are super fruity like that. Or I guessed Yellow Rose. It's got that fruitiness, the Cabernet.
Yeah, but it's not that fruity.
It's like in that proof range, but I couldn't nail down what it is.
So, this is Clyde Mays.
Okay, you gotta actually show which bottle it is because they are different. That's the one you poured from?
It's the Dusty.
Okay.
So I just brought this one out for comparison. These are our pints. I think we showed you guys these when we did the Cork and Dusty. So this is what it looks like now. This is what you'll see in your stores. John's trying to peek over the bottle. Hey. This is the Dusty that John and I found, and we bought all 3 bottles that they had because it wasn't expensive. So we figured, you know what, they don't make it anymore like this, so we'll just grab this one. So Clyde Mays.
They finish with baked apples.
Can you calm down a second? I want to explain this story.
I just want to say that I am kind of thrown off. I did get strong apples on the nose, but the palate was different.
This must have opened up.
It did open up, and I have been drinking that. I've had a couple.
I was nervous you were going to catch it, but you didn't.
I'm actually really surprised I haven't because in the past couple weeks I've been drinking this.
Yeah. Okay, so I read up on Clyde Mays. They have a very Alabama-style website.
Alabama.
So I'm gonna slaughter this. Conecuh Ridge. So Clyde Mays is from Conecuh Ridge. He grew up in Alabama, and he started distilling moonshine. He was born to a single mother, and he was born just before the Depression.
Oh, Depression.
So he went through a really hard time, and then he started distilling whiskey. So he created his own pot still and started making moonshine. And it is said, now we all know how the South has their stories. It is said that his moonshine was the most highly sought after in his time.
So he's like the popcorn Sutton
He's
of
like
Alabama.
the popcorn Sutton just 40 years earlier.
Oh, earlier.
Yeah, so he started distilling in 1946 is when he first started his first still. In 2001, they became legal.
He died in like the early 90s in jail, right?
I am not sure.
I think that's how it was.
He did go to jail at one point for a 9-month stint, and within weeks of him getting out, it says he went right back into making another still. Which, if you know the life of a moonshiner, you understand it's in their blood, and they live on that. They thrive on it. So, I mean, it is what it is. But,
I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't get any apple on the palate.
Yeah. John and I picked up these bottles. We found them at one of our little honey holes that we have. We had never had Clyde Mays before. And I think it pretty much in the same week or shortly thereafter, John picked up the 2 pints. We have the original bourbon, and then we have this is their current version of the Alabama style whiskey, which is just
Pretty
the
sure
newer
they
version.
make 110 proof in
They
that one.
they make I don't know if I'm 100% on this. There is a barrel strength that is 110, I want to say, and then there's a cask strength that's 117.
I don't.
But they might be flipped around. I don't
It
remember.
might even
I just
be the
saw 'em.
bourbon. I don't.
And they
remember.
do have a rye as well, which you
Yes.
can find pretty much anywhere.
All right, so their newer bottle is like clearly different to me. I enjoy the older one better, unfortunately. So
Yeah, so we're savoring our bottles that we do have. And you can tell, so from what we can read, you're not going to be wowed and bamboozled by their website. Their website is very simple and elegant and put together. It has their story, it has their products, it has a way to contact them. It's very straightforward and educational, and this is what we have, and this is what we're putting out for you, and this is who we are. And I appreciate that. Because some of these websites have so many links and this and that, and it's just crazy to try and navigate them.
you're gonna pull it back in the camera view again.
Yeah. So, I wanted those actually. So this is the one that we found that's a dusty, and you can clearly see how much darker it is
Yeah, it could be the label kind of.
than this one. And that's kind of what me and John thought, because the label is black. So we thought maybe it's darkening it a little bit, but honestly, I mean, you can see at the top right there.
It looks darker to me.
Yeah, it looks a shade or two darker. So there's definitely something different that they're doing now, which is fine, but we like the old stuff.
I like their new stuff. I love their old stuff,
Yeah.
and I rated it very well. I keep going back to this. I'm like, I'm not into barrel finishes and flavored whiskeys, and I'm not sure where this fits in there.
Well,
it's not flavored.
It's not flavored,
with
and it's
fresh
not
baked apples.
anything. It's
kind of just like apple finished.
So it says, John and I were reading a lot of stories and stuff on this when we first got it to kind of get a hold of it when we did the cork and dusties for it. And he would finish the whiskey, and now that might be 30 days, that might be 3 months, I don't know. But he finished his whiskey with roasted apples. So he would just throw the roasted apples in there, and that's, I think, where I think our dusty kind of still pulls from his juice, where the new stuff is maybe the inheritance juice.
All right,
I'm not 100% sure, but
let's finish this.
we're...
The color and the looks, I'm going to give absolute full points because it is dark and beautiful.
It is a very beautiful bourbon.
So, the bottle, on the other hand, I do not like this bottle at all.
Very plain Jane.
I'm going to give it a 0.75 because I think it's ugly, honestly. Their new bottle, I would give higher. It looks nicer.
Yes.
It's got a nice label. This one I'd probably give like a 1.75. So the bottle is going to bring it down for me. Not big time, but you're going to add that up. You're going to math it up.
So 16, 17,
13.
18, 19 and a half. So 20.25. So that would be an even 81.
That's good.
I would
That's
say.
a good for a barrel finish like
That's
that.
putting it up there.
I would highly suggest picking this up. If you see a Dusty, I'd highly suggest picking it up if you see any bottling
Just
of
to
it.
try it.
It is good for the money no matter what.
I mean, John and I got the sampler pack. And everybody knows around Christmas time, the holidays, it's bourbon season right now. Today's the 25th of November. So we're getting into the prime of bourbon hunting, and our bank account can attest for that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see, like, that we liked the little packs and stuff because there's all kinds of different stuff that you can try. But the Clyde Maze was definitely something that John found that we were excited about because we can try the two
bourbon's
different
pretty
ones.
good too.
And they're both good. So
I got a question for you. Why did you pick this one for me to review?
I picked that one because we did the Cork and Dusties on it, and we both really enjoyed it, but I wanted to stump you.
You
I
got me. I knew it was very fruity. I thought it was Buffalo
I
Trace.
thought that I could get you because I figured you would think it was finished, and I figured you would think it was
I did not.
one of our fruity ones or something. Like, I thought I could slip it under the rug for you. So
I've been drinking this, so you're lucky you got that one past me because
I know. And then you said that, and I was like, oh crap, he hasn't been
85
pouring
proof.
that.
So I was close on the proof.
Yep. But again, all in all, if you guys see the Dusty, definitely pick it up, especially if you like the fruitier stuff.
Ignore the date she said because I don't know when it'll be posted.
Well, I'm just telling you today. John posts a little later, but we're in the prime of
I gotta
season.
kind of stretch it out because we just did the cork and dusties of it. Now you're bringing it out again, so.
Right. So this one might not be out till after Christmas. Sorry about your luck, guys. So that wraps up this review. Leave a comment if you have tried this whiskey and let us know what you thought. Please like and share us to social media, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a suggestion for our next review. Thanks for watching.